Hey everybody, what's going on? I haven't been doing videos in a while, but it's time to do the next Taylor Swift collection update video. This will be for my 2025 Taylor Swift library collection. Let's waste no time and let's get started. I want to show you one other thing, but that will be for another day. So this first one is the first of the Taylor Swift magazine specials. It just has the logo performance on the back. This next one is the DIY projects with the now defunct Skechers X Doja Cat collaboration. The two of the Queens of Pop Eras Tour specials. This one has the special tour collector's cover. This is from 2023, and this one is from the European leg of the tour from 2024, with the exception of the Torture Pose department. And as you can see from the one of the first performances of the act itself. Now we have here is the short-lived election pack, which I do have a poster, and I want to do a room tour update video for 2025. So please stay tuned for that. That's the election pack, and then we have the last year's edition of the Taylor Swift Annual from 2024. Now half of these magazines I have read already, but I'm gonna do a review at some point next year to give you an idea in more detail. Now this next one I'm going to show you is the Kathy Sprinkles first edition of Taylor Swift's Icon. This is from 2023, and I got this for $15 right before the Christmas holiday. And this was released during the Christmas holiday of 2023, as you can tell. Now the next couple of stuff I wanted to show you are my calendars. Sadly, most of them are not going to be used anymore. Kind of think what I'm going to do with them, but if I figure it out, I'll let you know for another video. So this first one we have to show you, obviously, is the Taylor Swift 2025 calendar I got from my old work, which I'll explain in a separate Ram Files episode for another day. It just has all the pictures from the Eras Tour, except for the the months in February through May. But this is a calendar that contains the months from January to December, which I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to have to take the pictures out and just put it on the wall. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but I'll let you know for another video. This next one is the 2025 calendar, which this came with the Taylor Swift annual magazine, which again has all the Taylor Swift Eras Tour picture collection. And then another one I have, it's from another magazine collection pack. It's the 2025 calendar, which just came out at the tail end of 2024, which I'm going to use this for a wall decor later for the 2026 season. Now, this is like a Eras Tour special, but unfortunately it has seen bright of days, but it just has some of what you would get from it. And this was the magazine about it. It just has the it's basically in a magazine review of stuff that you get in a ordinary Taylor Swift fan pack, which has the magazine, the bonus activity poster magazine, a calendar and stickers, and some custom made build your own Taylor Swift doll thing. I don't know. So we have that. And this next one I'm going to show you is the previously coloring book they have from Taylor Swift's illustrious career from the Eras Tour. And I think, yeah, this is from the summer of 2025, because this was before the new album was set to be announced at that time. Because you can tell for once, this has the Eras Tour colors on the front and back of the magazine itself. Now, I don't know if I wanted to show you this one quite yet, but I'll show you what's in this folder at the end. So we'll show you that last. This is the Taylor Swift fan book I got from when I was on vacation last year in North Conway. Got this at I don't remember if it's in if it's at TJ Maxx or something, but I don't know. So that's pretty cool to have. This one I do got from Amazon. I don't remember when, but it's really cool. And I got this because it has a nice it's like a little treat for Swifties that like this, and includes a free poster inside. And now here's another replica of the same one, but this one's from the life of a showgirl, which it was set to be released on October 3rd. But good news is 6 weeks at #1, which I'll go into detail for another video. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. I just woke up. Anyway, and then we have the official updated fan guide to Taylor Swift's career, including the edition of A Life of the Showgirl. So we have the track listing breakdown, Easter eggs, and more. And it has the image from the 2025 Grammy Awards. And then we have here is the preview to the new album, but this has previously mentioned interviews and topics as such. And this is where the moment that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged on the 29th of August of 2025, but this was released as a September 15th release because it just has a special on Bruce Willis, some condition with dementia. So sad, huh? And this here is the official update version of Travis and Taylor shortly after they got engaged. I think I heard last time on social media that they were gonna have the ceremony in Disneyland, but I don't know at the top of my head if they're going to. But this is a really good item to pick up. It's still in stores everywhere, but you'd be highly doubt for that. And then we have another edition of the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce engagement announcement. This was from the 22nd of September, which I was really glad to get this variant. And then another one, obviously from the Star tabloid magazine, I should call it. I get the picture that shockwaves America, and obviously the Priscilla Presley's Elvis and stuff like that. I'll talk about that for another video for another day. So that's that. And then we have another Star tabloid magazine with Taylor Swift with at the beginning of the 2025-2026 football league for the Kansas City Chiefs. This one is from Us Weekly, which is when they got their engagement from Taylor and Travis, and this is the behind the scenes photos and review. And the last magazine I'm going to show for part 1 is the another Star magazine, like tabloid magazine. Yeah, that. I want to show one more thing, but first off, we're going to show you the books next. Now, this is the very first edition. Well, obviously not the first edition, but the latest addition to the collection we have is the updated version by Annie Zelski's The Songs Behind the Songs by Taylor Swift. And this is from I got this from Target like a couple weeks ago because you can tell from the Target's 30% off and the revised and expanded re-release because of the friendship bracelets, and includes 4 lithographs that came with the book. And the only difference to this book itself, it has all the albums except the Life of a Showgirl, which it will get an update before the end of the decade, hopefully. If the last 2 we record will be set to be released, or one or two more albums thereafter. So this is like an in-depth review of her career in music, stuff like that. So that's a cool update for any fans that want to get that because of the previous release of the album. And then I got this from in my local CardSmart area in my old home in Saugus. I got this. I don't know. I should look at the publisher real quick. But unfortunately, it doesn't say when. But I got this at the time where I was basically visiting my grandparents during the springtime, and it's got some cool stuff in here. It's like pretty cool pictures to look at and stuff like that. Pretty cool. And then this one is Taylor Swift Forever, another activity book, which was named off of, this is basically the same author that brought you the previous book I showed you because of that. So this is the author. So if you want to know that, that's that. I'll do a comparison video for another time. And then this one is basically the unofficial Taylor Swift puzzle book, which is like an activity book or something. But I do collect them all, you know. So it's got some cool stuff you can do on that. And then we have, I'll show you the Eras Tour book last. So this one is the first press release of the stories behind the songs look like. But I got this back right before the Christmas of 2024, which is last year. This is the first pressing, and they obviously put the Reputation Stadium Tour stock image because they meant it to say that Reputation Taylor's version has seen the brighter day, but unfortunately, I'll tell you why in this separate video. And as you can tell, let me look. Yeah, but this is like a condensed version of the Torture Pose Department, if I'm not mistakenly correct. So it just has, yeah, but I think this is when they just announced a previous effort. So I have two different kinds and such. And finally, I'm going to show you for the books before we get to the finale for part one is the Eras Tour book, which I'll show you one last thing before we get into the next two parts in the video. But this one, it's basically the Eras Tour book, and half of the pictures you see here are going to be featured on the updated Eras Tour from Disney Plus. So I'll show you and give you my review later. And now obviously you can see here, see the next era. She didn't break her promise as usual. So this is something pretty awesome when she ended the tour after a 2-year stand, and she gave us these memories that we see here. I'm gonna show you the book in detail for another day, but I just don't have enough time right now. But this is like something cool you can pick up and stuff like that. Because I got that, I wanted to show you one more thing that comes with it. And it's the copy of the Torture Pose Department, the anthology version, because they did two different variants of the, I should say 3 different variations, but I'm going to talk to you about that in more detail for another day, because at least the Torture Pose Department set is completed. So I'll discuss with that for another time. Hang on a second, folks. I might not have it for the video, but if I don't, that's okay too. Yeah, get it from another time. Because I can't find it. It's one of those CDs. Every single time. Yeah, I'll show you for another time. Doesn't matter. Anyhow. I'm gonna show you 2 more things. I almost forgot. I was gonna show you one thing and forgot. So, speaking of which, I'm gonna show you real quick. I'll get one last item to complete the video, and then we'll get that started, and then I don't have to do it again, and that'll be the last part of the video. And this will be a bonus for today, so we'll see. Okay, we'll show the calendar last to basically get the big stuff out of the way first. So let's get now this special folder right here. Even though I got this from, I don't know. Well, it could have been one of my old jobs, but this is my Taylor Swift unofficial folder that has the prints, which I previously have, but maybe 20 or 40% of them I have left. Now, when you open this, if I can get it to open, we have, it's every single Taylor Swift memorabilia I have stored for safety purposes. So we have here is the Midnights, which I'm so happy I got to keep. I'll show you that for part 2 anyway, just to keep forward. Okay. So this first one I have is the People magazine from 2023. And most of these were from my local library. I used to live in Saugus, so you get that. Here's another exclusive with Travis. This is when they visited the Australian Zoo on the Gold Coast. And this is a J14 magazine, which this one is the last one before they took a break for quite a while. And here's another tabloid, the Globe tabloid from 2024. And this, I think this is what they talked about the first like fight as a couple, but they got over it. And here's this next one I got from 2024, last summer, and this is about celebrating the 1 year since they met. And then this one, I don't know where this is, but I'll show you for another day. And this one I got from my local library again, because I didn't get this in time, and it's from 2024 as well. So that would do for that. And just because that was a condensed update for the magazines, I'm going to show you now my leftover posters that I want to show you real quick. And sadly I only have 2, so we'll show you real quick. Okay, now the first one right here is the Evermore poster thing, which I got back in Christmas of 2023. I did have them on the walls over the years, but it has changed, so I'm still gonna keep what I have left over. So, and you can see the December 11th 2020 release. I'm gonna do a little remembrance video when that was announced. So I think it was like the night of the 9th of December of 2020, or the night before it was released at midnight. But I'm gonna have to do some revisiting videos to the latest Taylor Swift studio album since COVID, or maybe lower, I don't know. And finally, we have here in this photo, we have is the Midnight's poster, which is from the Eras Tour, like inspired. It's really cool to see that. And I do have one last thing I wanted to show you, and that will be coming up. And I'll do a separate video of the unboxing and do a calendar review, and I'll be here for the video. Now, this last thing I'm going to show you is the Taylor Swift's 2026 calendar, but this one is the mini calendar from the next year, which has 16 months. Now, I got this because I don't know if I'm getting the same thing, but you know. Now we have all the months from January to December. Pretty cool. It's got some cool stuff in here. But this is just to go by her previous album, because you can tell obviously the new album just got released as of October 3rd of 2025, because this era is no longer active. So got that. So I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this Taylor Swift library collection video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please stay tuned for parts 2 and 3, and I hopefully enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully enjoy, everybody. Merry Christmas.